Hello.
Hi.
I'm scared.
Why? This is gonna be a fun episode. I'm Amy,
I'm Julia.
and this is Women Worth in Weddings.
Okay, so she made the drink today because she had something in mind.
I give her so much shit about making our drinks and how they're horrible. So I made us a Pickle Martini. This is grown folk drink.
I like pickles, but I'm scared.
Why?
Okay. This is my blind reaction. Cheers. Honestly, that's not bad.
I know.
That's actually pretty good. If you like pickles.
You have to like pickles. So it's
I feel
pickle
like mine's
juice.
not very strong for a martini.
Pickle juice, vodka, vermouth, and a pickle for garnish. Apparently, you're supposed to strain it, but I didn't do that. So there is debris floating in our martinis, but whatever.
We should get a picture of this for everyone watching so they can see what it looks like.
I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but it tastes delicious.
I'm gonna take a picture of it so everyone watching can like see what she made me. Okay. It's actually really good. It just looks like something floating in the sink.
That's not good. Or like if you're a mom and your toddler takes a drink of your drink, this is what it looks like when they give it back to you.
Ah.
You're like, yeah.
Like the backwash.
Yeah, you're just like, you can have it. Yeah.
Okay, so today we're gonna touch base on some like design elements. We're gonna go over what are some areas that people tend to forget when they are designing and planning what their wedding's gonna look like.
Yep.
And then we're also gonna go over what florals that are typically forgotten. Now that we have florals in our Jujulee team in-house, you know, even as wedding designers, we typically have to remind people of certain areas all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start with some areas that people tend to forget, and that tend to be either forgotten, like, oh, I didn't really think about what was going to go right there, or they just tend to look a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, welcome table.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome table is where your guest book, card box, and any presents go.
And it's the first thing that your guests see.
First thing, sets the tone, and it's typically forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some weddings even forget to get a table for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like,
what are you doing? Well, and here's the thing. It is, half the time, I'm going to be honest, it is an area that is absolutely forgotten. And, like, it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal because it's not a major area, but if you really want to have a, like, elegant, classy-looking
like
wedding.
Elevated wedding.
Paying attention to what the people will see first, it's the welcome table.
Yeah.
Having a awesome welcome sign right next to it, and having a welcome table with, like, you know, candles and florals and stuff like that, like kind of elevating the space, and it not just being this giant table with the card box in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess you put that there.
Yeah.
People will even walk by it if it looks sketchy.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know about that right now. I'm going to hold off and see if it makes sense later. We've had that happen.
We have.
Or people are walking by with cards and gifts, and it's like,
oh, that table's not done yet. I will come back to it later.
yeah, literally.
Yes, I know.
And I'm like, oh, it's the table that you just passed. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, yes.
Yep.
I know. I'll take it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is dangerous. I love it. Do you love it? I should be on drink duty from now.
Yep.
Noah.
Exactly.
You just said I should be on drink. I got a whole leaf of dill in my mouth. Yummy.
Oh man.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Dessert table.
Yeah, dessert table. But forgotten, yes. I'm not crying.
It looks like your nose is running and you have tears going down your face.
I do. When I laugh really hard, I cry like something's wrong with me. It's like my body.
You do cry very easily
My body doesn't
when
know
it comes to laughing.
My body doesn't know how to react.
It's probably because you don't allow yourself to cry enough. And so when you start laughing, your body's just like,
here's my chance.
here's my chance. Let's go.
Okay, is that better?
There you go. Okay, dessert table. It tends to be like, it's one of those details, just like the welcome table, where people are like, oh yeah, I probably need like a tier, or I don't even have anything to cut it. It's why even for our smallest packages that don't include any of our items, we always have a cake cutting set in our bags.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, 7, 8 times out of 10, they don't have it.
Yeah.
So
100%.
my nose is running.
I know.
What is this?
Got him. Just kidding.
Okay.
So doing risers, different types of candles.
What I love is the floral halo.
Yes, Google that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Also, a new thing I just recommended to someone in my design booklet is doing the cake on a cocktail table with flowers at the base and having the cake be its whole moment. And then next to her cake table is going to be our gold champagne wall with different tiers, like the cupcakes and all the small things next to it. Cute. And make it more of a special moment and not just like, I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things that gets forgotten a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, your tables are so pretty. And then it's like, and there's that.
Yeah.
Like what happened in that corner?
Yeah.
It's forgotten.
Yeah.
But that's that. Okay. Also bar, and this is hit or miss. It depends if you have a mobile bar. It depends if the bar is so small that they need all the surface area. But we do have like some options for bars with like cute bar signs. We have some bars coming up that are going to have little lamps on them. We have florals, which is also like an amazing thing to do. Like in a corner.
A big floral piece that is like a piece on the bar that flows down the side of the bar. So cute.
Yeah, with the bar sign in front of it.
The bar sign. Love that idea. That's like a whole moment. You want things to be like on purpose. You want your wedding to feel like
everything flows. Everything is cohesive, not this is the cute moment and then that's a whole different vibe over there.
Yeah. We forgot about that side of the venue.
Yeah, and like I said, it really depends on how big your bar is, what the bar setup is. Always talk to your bartender and be like, is there room for me to do like a little corner piece on the bar? Yeah. Talk to them because, you don't ever want to.
We're doing a lot of corner pieces for bars right now.
We are because I love it and I'm recommending it. But you also don't want to spend money on something and then the bartender literally put it on the ground, which I've had happen before. They took the bar sign off. And a massive bar, they took the bar sign off and put it on the ground. And I was like, I put it back up, and then we were going back and forth, little war. They're probably like, who keeps putting this damn sign back up? And I was like, so weird.
So weird that it keeps happening.
It's weird that you keep turning your back so much that I can sneak behind the bar and grab a sign.
Yeah. This is true.
That's facts. Gotcha, as you would say. Okay, also... And this is a concern, this next one that I've heard couples say, how catering is set up. If you spend, and you just said this on our call last night, if you spend $7-8 grand, at least on catering, you don't want them to show up with little warmers and disposable trays that go on top and be like a restaurant that just came in and just threw some pans on.
You spent a lot of money for your guests to eat amazing food. It needs to be an elevated look as well. Yeah.
And I think in Charleston, we typically do see an elevated look. In Charlotte is where we tend to see like, come on, put a little bit more effort in.
Yeah. Sorry, Charlotte.
Who does really good that we've used for years, which is like random for barbecue, is City Barbecue in Charlotte.
City Barbecue is amazing.
They actually have multiple locations, but amazing food, great pricing, and they have an elevated whole buffet line. It's like skillet, pots and giant cast irons,
greenery, signs, just such a good look that you can take pictures of. I miss City Barbecue. We miss you, City Barbecue.
We haven't had them forever.
I know. I can't eat your food anymore because my tummy doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, we're gluten free unless City Barbecue's around. For I
can't.
Yeah, I've cheated a couple times. I've gone back and forth in my head of maybe I should push my doctor's appointment back so she can see me actually do good for a little bit. But I regretted it when I did it. I ate a hot dog after a Hornets game, and I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. If you go to the Spectrum Center, there's nothing gluten-free. It's like, here's some popcorn. I'm like, I need substance. And I have to leave at 5 to get there. And
She
the
said
game's at
substance.
7. Substance.
Yeah.
I've been saying that wrong my whole entire life.
Wow.
Wow. I promise we're educated. There's nothing to eat there that's gluten-free. It's
Yeah.
like, here's some Bricks pizza, here's hot dogs and hamburgers. Or if you go downstairs, there's nachos. They're the best nachos,
Well, nachos is
I've
gluten
ever
free,
had.
isn't it?
It is, but it's a matter of what they put in that cheese and what they put into, like, you know how it is, like condiments and stuff. It's like there's hidden gluten and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's just like that nacho cheese that like
like the fake
we
cheese.
used to get at church.
Yeah, like the Velveeta, like a block of Velveeta melted. I mean, it might have been gluten free. It was really, really good, actually. I'm usually on the second floor. We're getting so carried off right now, but I'm usually on the second floor, and I only have access to like horrible food. And I saw someone walk by with the nachos, and I was like, I'm gonna find those nachos. And so the other night, I like did a whole entire loop downstairs until I found it.
Julia's
the end. I don't even know how we got. Okay, how catering is set up.
Yes. Catering is, and look, nothing against. I know Julia put Charlotte catering companies on blast. Nothing against Charlotte catering companies, but if you are having clients,
and it's not all Charlotte catering companies. We have multiple in the Charlotte area that's like love them, go to on our list.
Yeah.
They come in and they have different tiers and like a fun way to show charcuterie boards and like.
But just
amazing
ask
companies.
your caterer, like, what does that look going to be? Because it is forgotten. So when they come and they just bring these pans that you get at a family reunion, then
catering is one of those things where you need to have your wedding planner involved because there's so many hidden things.
Yes.
So many hidden things. You're like, okay, you want to take that off? No problem. It's not like, okay, you want to take this off to let you know this is what you're going to get day of. Like if you take off their rentals on their list, you might be taking off all the elegant rentals.
Yeah.
So then you might end up with those disposable.
Yeah. And then
because then you're like, I don't need rentals. I have a rental company.
Right.
But then it's like, what am I taking off when you say rentals?
Yeah. This is the importance of having a wedding planner, honestly, because we know behind the scenes, okay, we ask the questions, like what kind of rentals do you need from the couple? Because especially in Charleston, couples, when they use catering, they also have to build out their kitchen on site too. And that's a lot of rentals. So just kind of knowing like what that looks like.
I wonder why that is. Why don't the rental companies just buy the things that they
mean,
need? It's always random stuff like trays to like hold the food on and like
spoons.
Pitchers, heating lamps. I wonder why.
Spoons.
If you're a caterer, I would love to know why. I don't mind adding it. The couple probably minds paying for it.
Just curious why that is, like what that means, like why don't
is
you
it
have those
easier?
things?
Like I'm just curious. Because I feel like as a couple that's blindsided that doesn't have like a planner as the like middleman to like kind of ease the blow. It's like caterers probably have a lot of couples be like,
I can't afford that.
You didn't say anything about a couple grand of rentals. That wasn't included in our discussions before I hired you.
Yeah.
You know? But anywho, we've really gotten off on this whole catering subject.
I like it. We are obviously hungry.
Catering is definitely one of those things where you want it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Catering is one of the most expensive vendors with planning and the venue. You want it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So ask the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, how is your DJ set up? When you have that family friend or you have that really cheap DJ that you found on Facebook, what is he bringing with him? Is he going to show up and be like, I need a table and chair?
Yeah.
And you're like,
no.
Where the hell did you come from?
Yeah. Horror story about a DJ one time. I had a DJ show up in a RV. This is pre-Travis days. An RV, motorhome, pulled all the way up to the venue and thought they were going to park it there.
Oh.
And got out with his wife and billowing smoke coming out of the RV.
I'm picturing the uncle on Christmas Vacation.
Yes, that's what showed up to the wedding. And I was like, you can't leave that here.
He's like, you got somewhere I can get rid of. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
It's scary.
And I mean, it really just comes down to transparency. Like, we never want a DJ to show up and be like, I need a table. We don't have a table for you.
Yeah.
Because that's how you
We've
end
had that
up,
happen
honestly,
before.
without a welcome table. It's because we make it happen, but it's literally taking away from something else.
Yeah. So what is their setup? Are they just coming with like their laptop and that's it? And what is it like what are they going to do?
I mean, you have to start out somewhere. Like, obviously, you're not going to have like the nicest display. You got to start out somewhere. So obviously, you may need a table and linen. That's completely fine, but just being transparent and making sure that couple knows what they're getting is a huge thing. And I completely understand you. Like I said, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
but just
as a couple, you need to research
you need to know.
So if they come at you and they're like, I'll DJ your wedding for $600. Okay, what am I getting for $600? Like, go and say, do you have a Facebook page? Do you have pictures of you, like, doing a wedding so that you can see, like, what they look like while they're working? That's what I would.
And DJs are a whole tangent on its own. That's why we have Travis, because people will always want to find a cheaper DJ. And I'm like, my love, you're going to get a DJ that shows up in, like, lounge clothes, not having anything with them, 15 minutes before the ceremony, and doesn't have the right songs, and blah, 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 blah.
Like, all the things.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's horrible when they don't have their shit together, and they also don't want to do their work. When it's like, can you announce tables for catering? And then it's like, no. I'm like, can you at least try to be a DJ and like what you're doing and want to move farther in your career?
Yeah, because we'll never use you again.
Yeah.
Dead to me.
We also won't use vendors that are just like so negative too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we have a wedding with you and you're just like, you don't know us and you're just like being so mean and toxic, we're like,
dead to us.
You may not be talking shit about necessarily our couple or us, but just hearing you be like so like negative, we're like, I don't want to be around that person.
Yeah.
So it's a whole thing. Please trust us on Travis.
Yeah.
Because Travis is the best you'll ever find.
Yeah.
There you go.
We said what we said.
Mm-hmm. Cheers to that. That's all I got, Chica.
Well, you were talking about flowers. We
Oh,
didn't talk about
yeah.
flowers.
I'm sorry. This drink is really strong. Okay. What flowers do people forget?
Flowers on cocktail tables. You don't have to do whole arrangements, but like a little bud vase with a few stems, it really elevates the look. You can do like bud vase,
a
little
candle,
votive, few stems. So cute.
I will also say with that, if you are somewhere that's super windy where your cocktail hour is going to be, that linen will fly off and break everything on it.
Yeah.
So make sure you have something that ties onto that cocktail table.
Yeah.
It's giving me hiccups and everything.
I know. Or a heavier, like, linen. Because I feel like those velvet, like, heavy linens, they don't blow off
They
as
don't.
easy.
But if you get, like, a poly linen, which is the cheapest linen, we see it the most often. But if you are right by the water and you have the type of linen, it's going to be flying right off. And we've had so many things break on cocktail tables. Yeah. And so maybe rental companies typically have, like, a linen and, like, a little, like, tie, a little sash that goes around it. Opt for that if you're by the water, because you don't want what you paid for on the cocktail table to be ruined. We've had weddings where we weren't able to put the linen on the cocktail table until during ceremony, and then kind of just watched it until guests finally got to it and sat their stuff down on it. Yeah. Because it was just so windy. They think that rain is our worst enemy at weddings. The wind is the devil.
Oh, that wind. I have cussed wind so many times.
We've been picked up in the air by wind.
Yes.
At a wedding. We were holding on to the side of the tent for our dear life, trying to keep it down so everything wouldn't get ruined, and it picked us up in the air. We were in the Keys when that happened. Yeah. Our shoes were soaked. It was like the craziest thing.
What do they call it? A cell storm? What is that called? Is it called a cell storm? They called it something. They saw it coming. They named it. They knew what it was.
And the venue still didn't put the sides up in time.
No, and
because they couldn't find anyone to do it.
Right, and we were holding
so we started doing it on our own.
Holding it like this, and everything was breaking. But you know what? I know this couple's gonna last forever, because in the chaos of all that, Julia and I being picked up off the ground, guests screaming, things breaking, I look over at the couple, and they're standing in the corner of the tent, kissing and looking at each other and smiling. Yeah, like, it's okay.
And they took pictures of the rainbow after the storm.
I was like, they're lasting forever.
I know, such a sweet couple, but that was just the craziest experience with wind. And
Yeah.
wind is always never a friend. We're always like, can you close the side of the tent? If we know the tent's going to be by water, we opt for a wall on that side of the tent.
Yeah, 100%. Like, at least put it up, because there's like that peak windy time.
Yeah.
It's like 11 to 2.
And it tends to be ceremony after the wind dies down.
Yeah.
So just get that wall.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm in charge of your rentals, I'm getting that wall because I'm telling you, you're going to be wasting so much money. Your menus are going to be falling off. Your napkins are going to be falling off. Literally, cups will be knocked over and broken. Centerpieces can go. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
The nightmare.
a nightmare.
Makes me cry.
Remember we had that whole entire arbor fall from the wind, and the arbor was like over 100 pounds. That's how bad the wind was.
And destroyed. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, the arbor piece for flowers just, like,
Disintegrated.
I didn't do the flowers for that one.
No.
But it was like, boom, and, like, went away.
Yeah.
Like, the foam thing.
Yeah, just like disintegrated.
It was like dust.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. That was weird.
Whole thing.
That's why we also bring extra foam blocks with us at this point. Because we're like,
Yeah.
if anything happens like that, we can fix it for the couple. Because the florist doesn't stay unless it's us. And so they do their thing and they leave. And they possibly come back in the night to gather their items. And then we're like, so this happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault,
Yeah.
you know. But.
Okay, so another kind of thing that brides come to me frustrated with is that the guests are asking them so many questions. And here's what I have to say about this. Suck it up, Buttercup. I mean, honestly, like, you are the bride. They want to make you happy. They have lots of questions. They don't want to upset you. All the things.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to ask you questions. You are going to be the one that they go to. They're not going to come to me. I know I'm your wedding planner. The day of your wedding, when everybody's there, they will come and ask me questions.
Mm-hmm.
But leading up, they're going to ask you. Don't get mad. Don't get mad about it.
That's why you have a website.
That's why you have a website. So that's what we're going to talk about. Q&A on your website.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go over, I got this list, it's super accurate from Wedding Wire, of questions that are asked by guests. So, when do I have to RSVP by? Super important because you have to get those 30-day
Yeah, you
head
need to
count
change
in.
your head count on dessert, catering, and rentals. And that
Yes.
will save you so much money if you do it.
Yes. Can I bring a +1? Okay.
If you were told on your invitation, you can have +1.
Yeah. I mean, guys, come on. It's like,
I get it as someone that has anxiety, and I'm like, I want to bring someone. But if you don't have an invitation that states you can have a +1, then, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask necessarily, but it's also
it's money. You're adding money to the cost.
you're going to spend
Yeah.
$70 plus for that extra person.
Yeah.
So,
Can I bring my kids?
no, not allowed.
What should I get you from your wedding gift? What should I get you from your wedding gift?
Wedding registry?
Oh my God. I'm glitching out. Woo. Okay. Wedding registry. Put a link on there. You have it listed. That definitely goes on your
And
website.
people want to get you sometimes what you really want from that registry. So people are going to ask. And I appreciate it. I'm like, actually, you're going to get that really fancy pots and pans set for me.
Yeah.
That's what I really want. Or that couch.
Yes, this is Joya. She's like, buy me all the things. Okay. Can I get you something that's not on your wedding registry?
No, that's why I have a registry.
Right, exactly. Do I need to wear a tux?
Well, on the invitation,
depends.
it should say what the attire is, and
Yeah.
it should be on your website as well. A little reminder. And then all you have to do is, if it says, cocktail attire, go to Pinterest, search cocktail attire for wedding, and it will show you so much inspiration.
Exactly. Can I see your dress?
No. Also, don't be the guest that shows up to the venue and searches for the bride, unless it's been spoken of. I've had so many aunts and so many friends of the family try to see that bride before she walks down the aisle, and I'm like,
No.
who are you? Mm-mm.
Yeah. You will be, your thyroid will be sore because I'll probably shove you in your throat.
She's violent.
Sorry.
She's a violent wedding planner.
What time does ceremony start? That's on your website.
Mm-hmm.
What will the weather be like? Come on, guest.
Are there going to be
Google it.
mosquitoes?
Not.
Is there going to be flies at your wedding? Because I really hate when there's flies at weddings.
That is something that does get. Can you please do something about the flies?
I'm like, let me say a quick prayer. I'm going to call on my prayer warriors and will the flies to go away.
Yes. What airport do I fly into? That's really good to have on your website.
Mm-hmm.
Where should I stay?
Hotel room blocks.
Yeah. Where should I stay?
Oh my gosh, we are so in tune with each other that we just said the same thing.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see. Did you reserve? Okay, book rooms? Is there a shuttle bus from the hotel?
That should be on your website.
On your website. How do I get to the venue? Google it.
Address is on the website.
Is parking available at the venue? That's a good one because Julia has major anxiety about that. About going somewhere and there not be parking.
Yes. Yeah, Uptown Charlotte. I'm like, I literally go to the same parking deck no matter how far I have to walk, just knowing I've been there before. Mm-hmm. I don't care.
We do that in Charleston too.
Yeah, we do.
We hate it.
Well, also in Charleston at this point, we've realized what's the $5 parking deck and what's the $25.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to spend $25 to walk around for an hour, or I'm going to spend $5. Mm-hmm. Did you really invite and then insert the family member? It's none of your freaking business who I invited. It's
okay,
my
but
wedding.
as like immediate family, I would be like that.
I would be too. Let me stop because I just had a feeling. I had a feeling, and I would be like, I'm not coming if they're coming.
You know exactly.
I know exactly. I'd be like, I'm not coming. You know who you are. Okay. How stressed out at wedding planning are you?
Like, you're probably so stressed you're 3 months out, right?
Yeah, you're so stressed. We get that a lot. Like, we get that where our bride is like, our family keeps saying how stressed out I should be. Should I be stressed out?
Like, no. Stop telling that person that.
So
that's why they hired a wedding planner.
Yeah. Where are you hosting your rehearsal dinner?
That is for people that are invited. And if you're invited, you'll probably know.
Are you having a welcome party? Are you having an after party? Are you having a post-brunch wedding party?
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
Yes. And we'll do one more. What's your wedding hashtag? I have anxiety over hashtags.
I'm horrible at plays on names.
Don't ask me.
And honestly, people don't use it. You can do all the wedding hashtags, like the signs and everything, but maybe 1 or 2 people might use it. And it's probably your friends that you told them to use it.
Yeah. Your wedding party, when you're like, use that hashtag. You're like,
I get it. Everyone like gets, it was a thing to have like ship names and stuff like that. Like, I shipped them, this is like their name. But like,
what?
You weren't a part of my generation.
Okay. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, you would like combo their names together, and that's like I ship them. It's like how you used to say, like, I love that couple. Like, I want them to last. Like, I support that couple, and I ship them.
Did you?
Well, you guys are not part of my generation. So.
Well, this was fun.
I drank all of it and ate my pickle.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. Well, as always, it's so fun being with you. And we will see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Except for this.